I'm pleased to bring in former Trump campaign national press secretary and a former White House principal deputy press secretary, Hogan Gidley, with more on the political push from the left as well, and former special presidential envoy for arms control at the U.S. State Department, Marshall Billingsley. He's also the former assistant secretary general for defense investment at NATO. Hogan, Marshall, good to have you. Marshall, I'm going to start with you. Picking up on what Pete Hegseth just said, Iran stands alone. One person who they have elected is Khamenei's son. Hasn't been seen in public. There's videos circulating on social media, Marshall, of a cutout, a literally cutout of Mustafa Khamenei. They're trying to project strength. We know that. We'll put up one of the comments there on state media where they're threatening President Trump. A lot of bluster, saying the sacrificial nation of Iran doesn't fear your empty threats. Even those bigger than you couldn't eliminate Iran. Be careful not to get eliminated yourself as we put that up. Talk to us about what the mission needs to be to try and fracture whatever power structure they have right now, Marshall.
Well, I think it starts with finishing the job with Mujtaba. 8 of his family members have been killed, including his father, who was the dictator-in-chief prior to his selection by the Assembly of Experts. As you point out, he hasn't been seen in public. Rumors are swirling that he's been critically injured. Iranian state media has actually referred to him as a Ramadan war veteran, wounded war veteran is the term they used. So I believe he's in real bad shape. Finishing him off and then continuing the campaign to degrade the control apparatus of the Revolutionary Guard Corps and the Basij, which is the paramilitary police force. Doing that will open the window for the Iranian people to take back to the streets.
Which is the goal, of course, for the people. President Trump has said it over and over, Hogan, even when he said America is with you. I want to get your take on some of the reporting, because Wall Street Journal is out saying that Trump advisors urged him to find an Iran exit ramp, fearing political backlash, saying some of the advisors have encouraged him to articulate a plan to extract the United States from war. But that doesn't go along with finishing the job, finishing the mission, Hogan. So how do you square that? And when it comes to transparency, at least we know this. We are hearing from the president almost daily and the Secretary of War.
Yeah, I don't know that it doesn't comport with the mission. I mean, what he was talking about from the outset in the last election and what Democrats and Republicans have been griping about now for decades is preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. But no one would do that. Donald Trump is actually accomplishing that right now, first with the strikes on Fordo and other nuclear sites, and now, of course, with this mission as well, destroying their ballistic missile capability, which is obviously something he's done too, sinking the Navy, those types of things, but also preventing a funding stream going to some of the Iran's terrorist proxies all over the world so that they can commit acts of terrorism. All of those things have happened. Donald Trump outlined this at the outset. Those things are occurring. I'm sure there are several things he wants to do to get accomplished in this, and he's made it clear that he wants to do them quickly so that we don't have a protracted war. And he ran on and won on, quite frankly. No more stupid wars and no more long protracted wars. This is neither of those things. And so I'm sure there are people on the inside looking at the politics of this and how does it play out? Because remember, most polls show people support this across the political spectrum, especially if this thing happens quickly. If it does, you're looking at about a 65 to 70% approval rating across the country, regardless of party for this president. I think he wants to accomplish
I'm glad you went there.
To protect not just us here at home, but also our interests.